So sometimes when it feels like life is all over the place and you don't know how to deal, just break things down into a few things. You don't have to think about, okay, what am I supposed to do 2 to 3 months from now? What am I going to do next year? No, what are you going to do today? Just write it down. What are you going to do this week? Just write it down. Just start with what are you going to do this morning? Write it down. Like just writing things down and trying to have some sort of organization for your day, for your week, is actually going to help you to be able to be more focused in life. And it's to help you realize that, the process of life is not so messy because you can focus things a little by trying to be more productive with your days and seeing how you want to accomplish certain things. Hello everybody, my name is Isiama Ananye and welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about content that pertains to personal development, women empowerment, mental health, life and culture in Nigeria. So for today's segment, I am going to be discussing how do you embrace a messy process in your life? How do you embrace life when things seem to be sort of not what you expected, not the life that you had planned, and things are just sort of all over the place? How do you embrace a messy process and sort of still learn to live your life and enjoy it along the way? Now, the reason why I wanted to discuss this topic is because we are in October. So that means that there are 2 months left in the year. And I know that as we are, getting close to the end of the year, people can be feeling as though, okay, it's time to now reflect on the goals you set for yourself earlier in the year. How well did you do? Were you able to accomplish some of the things you have? How far do you feel as though you've been moving forward in your life? And this can be sort of a complicated question because in life, the things that we want to accomplish doesn't always come in the time that we want them to. Especially as far as my content process in creation, I always thought I would be farther along than I am now. So I have to sort of come to the terms with the fact that I'm still in the beginning stages of where I want to be as a creative, and I have a long way to go. So the question is, how do you embrace the process where you're still trying to get to where you want to go? And you might not completely be certain about where your future is headed. Number one, the first thing you have to do is be kind to yourself. If you watched my last YouTube video, which was a tweet space discussion, and the psychologist that I invited to speak, Valerie from Private Mirror, said that when you feel a source of loss of meaning and purpose in your life, the number one thing you need to do is don't be so hard on yourself. So I also encourage you that if you're feeling as though, oh my gosh, what's going on? My life is not happening the way it should be. Number one, be kind to yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself because it's normal sometimes to feel as though things are not really working out the way you want it to. But you always have to treat yourself with kindness. You always have to speak good words to yourself. And you also have to take it easy because this life is not perfect. We all go through challenges. We all go through difficulties. And the journey is it's a long journey. Though sometimes it feels as though people get to success really quickly, it's a long journey and every step counts. And sometimes the steps that you need to take might be a little bit more than somebody else, but it is still your journey. So number one, just be kind to yourself. Number two, understand your own journey, understand your own process. Because I feel like sometimes if we compare our life to other people, we think to ourselves, oh, how come I've not achieved this? We think to ourselves, oh, how come I've not achieved this? How come I don't have this? How come I'm not where I want to be? But the truth is that if we actually focus on our own journey until now, we can recall, okay, I remember what I was doing when I was in high school. I remember what I was doing when I was in university. And look at me now. Look at what I'm able to achieve. Look at what I'm able to accomplish. Look how far I'm able to take my writing. I feel like you have to really focus on your own journey and not the people that you compare your life to. Because once you focus on your own journey, you can recognize the own changes in your life. You can recognize your own growth. You can recognize your own process. And you can understand what is the best step for you to take in order to move yourself forward. So focus on your own journey. Number three, I really encourage that you have people that you look up to, especially as a creative. There are so many content influencers that I love to look up to, and I admire their content and I admire their process because sometimes I think to myself, okay, I've been on and off YouTube for a while. I'm not really sure how I can be consistent. Even though I love it, I'm not really sure whether I can make it. And then I hear the stories of other content creators who've been doing this thing for 10, 11, 12 years. And now is when they are really hitting it big, having the followership they want, being able to monetize their channel, being able to have the lifestyle that YouTube enables you to have to afford to live the sort of lifestyle you want. And it encourages me to know that, okay, my path is my own path and I still have a long way to go, but it's okay because there are some content creators who've been doing this for a long time and they are just now beginning to see the results of all their efforts. So when I have all these content creators that I look up to and admire, they encourage me to keep going because I see them being consistent. I've heard their stories of what they've been doing over the years, and it encourages me to continue to push forward. Like some people that I have recently started to follow, well, not recently, but I've been following for a while now, like Monroe Steele. She's a fashion creative and she's just amazing. I love her content and I love her story from working a full-time job to now being a full-time content creator and really doing amazing things and traveling over the world. There is High Low Lux who is doing her thing. There's Karen Bridge Chick of New York. So these are some American, British influencers. But even right here in Nigeria, I went to a mental health walk and I actually was able to meet a Nigerian creative, Vivian Okeze, and I was like, I really admire what you're doing because as a Nigerian content creative, to be, making money off content creation in Nigeria and doing your thing and traveling, it's actually commendable. So there are definitely content creators that I look up to, some people that I've collaborated with, like Opeyemi's Diary. So just have certain people that you look up to and it encourages you to keep going forward after your own goals. And now, another tip that's going to help you to just sort of like embrace a messy process is actually to get organized. Yes, one of the ways when it feels as though, okay, life is all over the place, you're scattered, you don't know how to move forward, you organize yourself, organize your thoughts by creating a schedule for yourself. And this is what I do every day. Each and every day, I write a list. Yes, I'm one of those people. I write a list of the things I want to do in order to get my day done. Every day, even during the weekend, I just jot down a few things that I want to do. And it helps me to be focused and it helps me to be organized because I know that, okay, even if I've not been able to check everything off the list, I know that I've been able to accomplish a few tasks. And that makes me feel good, it makes me feel happy, it makes me feel productive, and it makes me feel fulfilled, especially if I'm doing the things that I truly care about. So sometimes when it feels like life is all over the place and you don't know how to deal, just break things down into a few things. You don't have to think about, okay, what am I supposed to do 2 to 3 months from now? What am I going to do next year? No, what are you going to do today? Just write it down. What are you going to do this week? Just write it down. Just start with what are you going to do this morning? Write it down. Like just writing things down and trying to have some sort of organization for your day, for your week, is actually going to help you to be able to be more focused in life. And it will help you realize that, the process of life is not so messy because you can focus things a little by trying to be more productive with your days and seeing how you want to accomplish certain things. So even if everything is not going according to plan, there are a few things that you can check off your list and say, yes, I did that. This is part of the things I want to do, and it makes me happy. And lastly, my biggest tip, you know what I'm going to say as a believer, as a woman of God, when life feels like it is messy and you don't know what to do, go down on your knees and pray to the divine, pray to our God, pray to our Father, pray to our Creator. Ask Him for guidance, ask Him for direction, ask Him for purpose, ask Him for meaning, and continue to pray this prayer until He has given you the words, until He has given you the signs. Ask God. Always ask God to lead you. Ask Him to guide you. Ask Him to help you to have a sense of direction, a sense of purpose, a sense of focus, so you understand what you want to do with your life and where you're going forward in life. And I promise you, God will never fail to deliver. God will never fail to bring you answers. God will never fail to guide you on the right path. So, in order to conclude, a few things for you to do when you feel as though life is messy and you don't know how to embrace your process. Number one, my darling, be kind to yourself because you are doing the best you can and you are a human being. Number two is that you should really try to just have role models, have mentors that you look up to and that you admire. Number three, have some sort of structure and plan and organization for your days. Number four is that you should really try to focus on your journey and understand your path so that you understand how much you've grown and progressed. And number five, never, ever, ever leave God behind. Always call on God, always speak to God, always ask Him to guide you, always ask Him to protect you, and always ask Him to give you direction and purpose. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'd love to hear your own thoughts and opinions on what you do, how you sort of embrace life when things feel messy, when things feel frustrated, when things feel like, oh my God, what's going on? How do you embrace that process? I love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. If you like this video, definitely give it a like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, don't be just one of those people who keeps looking and not doing anything about it, okay? Go ahead and subscribe, all right? Subscribe to my channel for amazing content, all right? And do not forget to subscribe. Thanks again for watching this video, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.